Good morning, friends. I'm gonna warn you now, I'm probably gonna have this big old grin on my face for most of this video. I am so excited. I cannot believe my good luck. So I may have mentioned on here before that I was initially super bummed about having to cancel the camping on Assateague Island National Seashore portion of my vacation. I didn't want to cancel my couple of nights that I had booked by the lake in South Carolina on the way home for my relaxation. So I decided I would keep those since it was less than half the distance of Maryland, and I would still be able to at least get out of the state and get away for a few days. But I decided to head up early. As you saw already, I made a quick detour at St. Augustine's Alligator Farm, their wild bird rookery on the way out of Florida, and I had my first overnight camping experience at a Cracker Barrel, which went very well. So if you haven't seen that video yet, check it out after this one. But I am right now heading to Congaree National Park to scout out my campsite that I managed to somehow get. I've been checking ever since I had to cancel my other reservations. And every time I would go on the site every day, I would hit refresh about 1,000,000 times. And one of the times I hit refresh, a campsite popped up as available. My first primitive tent site in a national park at Congaree for the Synchronous Firefly event. They only allow 120 cars in every day during the event, and they only have the event for a few days every year to help preserve the firefly habitat and, you know, keep their numbers safe and make sure that we don't put too much of a strain on them. So anyways, people wait years. I had been on my bucket list dying to do this in the Smokies at Elkmont, and I know people that have been waiting literally years and years and not getting picked for the lottery. So the fact that I was able to score a campsite for $5 or $10 to be able to participate in this firefly viewing event is like a 1 in a million shot for me, and I'm like so thrilled. So I hope they want to put on a show. But I know this is a long intro. I'm done blabbing for now. I'll see you when we get there to scope it out. And also, I didn't want to make coffee at Cracker Barrel, so I'm gonna have a cup of coffee and wander around Congaree a little bit when we get there. See you then. I don't think my camera is fully picking up these colors right now, but holy poop, the sky is gorgeous right now for sunrise. Okay, that's all.
Machine washable Skechers Max Cushioning footwear. See all the fashionable styles of Max Cushioning for men and women at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Okay, change of plans, guys. I know the last frame was me all happy in front of Congaree, but the ranger never came to open the gate. Apparently it was supposed to be open like between 6 or 7. I waited until about 7:40, and I figured I'm going to be camping there Saturday night anyway. Might as well go ahead and head on to my actual destination. So I'm heading to my lakeside camp today. And then I will check back in with you in this video when I am back at Congaree. So I will see you then. Guess what, guys? We made it. The weather's not great, but we made it. Yay! Alright, I just got stopped by the ranger to tell me that I have to be out of here by 4, but I let him know that I was going to be camping in the Longleaf Campground. So he told me to go ahead and head on to the visitor center, and I'll get my parking pass and further instructions. And of course, I have to get a sticker for my water bottle. So we will see what happens next. I don't know why I'm showing you guys the road, because you can't really see a whole lot. But it looks like it would be absolutely breathtaking once it was not pouring rain. So I'm really hoping that it stops raining soon, before it gets dark, that it clears out. But I'm not going to complain too much as long as it doesn't rain all night, because the temperature is literally 30 degrees less. No exaggeration, 30 degrees less than it was.
In 800 feet, turn right.
When you saw me here yesterday in the afternoon. So, yeah, crazy. Alright, I just saw a sign that said Longleaf Trail was there to the left, so I'm guessing that's how I get here from camp.
Turn right, then you'll arrive at your destination.
Oh, it's gonna be a little freaky doing this in the dark. Alright, I'm gonna head into the visitor center and figure out what the heck is going on. Get my tag, get my sticker, and then get to the parking lot.
You've arrived.
And obviously hang out until it stops raining. I highly doubt that 5 or 10 minutes is going to change anything, but I'm going to go ahead and wait until 3:30 to see if it slows down at all, so that I can run in without getting soaked or having to use the umbrella, since I'm just going to be in there a few minutes anyways. And then I'm going to head over to the Longleaf Campground, which I literally just passed. So, alright, I think that's the plan. Fingers crossed that it starts to at least clear out in the next 2 to 3 hours. But it can stay 70 degrees instead of 100. Alright, we're here though, yay! Okay guys, I don't know why I'm buckled since I'm just parked in the parking lot, but my $10 campsite ended up costing me a $26 shirt because I couldn't resist, since I'm here at Congaree National Park, and I always try to get a national park shirt if it's like a big one that I want to do. And I'm here for the Firefly viewing event, which is a bucket list item, and it's a Firefly t-shirt for Congaree. So, obviously I didn't have any choice in the matter. I got my self-guided boardwalk tour because I'm going to do the boardwalk first thing in the morning since it's closed now. Plus it's raining awful. I got my official trail map and my official national park brochure, so I'm gonna go look at all of that since I'm stuck in the rain anyways as soon as I get to the campground parking lot. So the deal is I have to park in the Longleaf parking lot with my hang tag, which I got while I was in there, and I have to keep my car in the Longleaf lot. I'll take the Longleaf Trail back over here, and then the Firefly Trail starts right over there. There's a bunch of arrows, so it looks like it should be pretty easy to find. Fingers crossed. It's supposed to clear up around 8 o'clock this evening, and the Firefly prime time is supposed to start around 8:45 until around 10-ish. So if all goes according to plan and my luck continues, it should stop raining just in time for me to walk over and be here for the show. So, and it's cooler than it would be without the rain. So that's what we're hoping for, and hopefully I'll have something to show you. Alrighty, bye. Sorry, the bee wanted to join us for a second. Like I was saying, I would have said you are crazy. But it's so beautiful out here. Hopefully I don't get clobbered by a tree. Look at this. Guys, I don't know if it's coming through on the video right now, but it's about 30 minutes till sunset, and they're already starting. Do you see them? I'm back on the boardwalk this morning, and it is gorgeous out here. But these bugs make Florida's bugs look like little wusses. Sheesh, I'm dying. I'm honestly pretty bummed that I wasn't able to give you guys a really good idea of what it was like last night. It was so magical through here. All through here, you just saw blinking, blinking, blinking. And for somebody that never sees fireflies at all, it was crazy. Definitely a memorable experience for sure. Good morning, my friends. I'm back in Terra after what was supposed to be my leisurely walk all morning long on the boardwalk, taking pictures of birds and just soaking in all the trees. I did soak in the trees, literally, when I got rained on. And you would think that the rain would deter the bugs. No, I'm from Central Florida. I hike all summer. Let me tell you, the bugs here are on another level. Black flies, deer flies, biting flies, whatever the heck kind of flies, mosquitoes, no-see-ums, everything. I literally would swat my arm and I could feel myself hitting at least 10 bugs in one swat. There was a cloud around me this morning. I think maybe because I was the only one out there. It was like every bug in a 3-mile radius knew I was the only buffet in town. But anyways, I just kind of wanted to fill you in a little bit on my experience last night because unfortunately, filming was a flop. I wasn't really able to use my phone to film because I couldn't have any light, and it just wasn't the lens that I have, my camera, it just wasn't the right equipment to pick that up. So unfortunately, filming the synchronous fireflies was a huge bust, but it was honestly one of the most magical things that I've ever experienced. Now, I don't really get to see fireflies at all where I am normally. Like maybe 2 or 3 times in my life, I think I can remember seeing fireflies at all. But I started seeing them, as you hopefully were able to see a little bit in the video before it got dark, like around 6:30. And they just was more and more and more. Now in the firefly viewing official area, it was pretty crowded, so it wasn't necessarily the best experience having a ton of people around trying to like soak it all in and hearing all the conversations and seeing all of the little red flashlights going off around you too. So I did try to kind of find little spots where I was completely by myself, which let me tell you, being on a boardwalk in a swamp in pitch black darkness where you can just barely make out the shadows of trees and see the boardwalk a couple feet in front or behind you, and hearing all the noises of the forest and seeing nothing else except just little twinkling lights all around you, above, below, surrounding you, literally inches in front of your face. It was incredible. I thought I would have been really scared being out there, like completely isolated by myself in a swamp, not being able to see like any critters or people really. I loved it, although let me tell you about the walk back to my van. I just realized I didn't explain the actual event to you yet, so let me do that first, and then I'll tell you about how I'm a big chicken. So basically, they shut down the park, the main entrance road, and the visitor center closes at 4 o'clock during, I want to say it's like pretty much the whole month of May into early June, except for on the Firefly viewing night events, which there's only a few of. This weekend there was a few nights, and then next weekend I think there's a few nights, and I think that that's it. So there's really relatively few opportunities that you get to view them here. And how it works is you have to have a pass to get in after 4 p.m. The visitor center does not reopen until 6:30 regardless, but to get in the main entrance road after 4, you have to either have a tag or be camping here, in which case you would get your tag there. Somebody would come out and check you in and give you your parking tag. If you are camping in either the Longleaf or the Bluff campgrounds, which are both primitive tent-only walk-in, the Longleaf Campground has porta potties, which I'm looking at right now, and it's a small gravel parking lot. And the trail to the Longleaf Trail that leads to the visitor center and the Firefly viewing trail is literally right off the parking lot. You only have to walk depending on what site you have. I booked site 10, which is like the furthest one, and they're only booking at like half capacity during Firefly viewing times. But really right when you park, you're at the entrance to the campground. It's right near the trailhead, so you can either take the Longleaf Trail or you can go back towards your campsite. So it goes like 1 and then 2 and then 3 and so on. There are no restrooms back there except for in the parking lot. There's no water, there's nothing like that. So you have to carry everything in with you, carry everything out with you. Totally primitive sites. And really any time after 4, once you're parked, you can walk around. But starting, I want to say at 6:30, I'm pretty sure it was 6:30 is when the visitor center reopens. They have little red lights near the main entrance up onto the boardwalk and lining the Firefly Trail itself, which I really wish I would have scouted the trail out and actually walked it before the evening, because I found a few spots on my morning walk today that I think would have been better for me to see them at without quite as many people. I don't think a lot of people knew about those areas if they were not already familiar with the loop. So if I get the opportunity to ever come back, I definitely will plan better and hopefully be able to get some actual like footage of it in that case. But so anyways, you can walk all along there. They have some picnic tables set up, and it's roped off so that you can't go anywhere you're not supposed to. They do have rangers and volunteers stationed throughout, making sure everybody's okay since it's completely dark. Obviously no flash photography, no flashlights. The only headlamps or flashlights you're allowed to use at all have to be red. Sorry, my Hot Logic just kicked in again. I'm heating up brunch while I talk to you. So the only lights you're allowed to have the red cover or like the red headlamp. But they discourage you from using lights at all unless you absolutely need them. So I didn't use my light at all while I was on the actual boardwalk and trail. I think you can just pretty much stay out there. I don't know if there's a time where they make everybody get off, or if you can just, once you're in, you can really stay out there all night. But it was really definitely a cool experience just to be out there, let alone to see all of the fireflies surrounding you. And then when you're done, you just go back to your car if you have the Lotto Day Pass and leave. Or if you're camping, you come back to your campsite. So the walk back, since there's only a few other people camping right now, I could not see. It was dark. I started to get a little bit scared on the way back because the path is so narrow, and even with my headlamp, I couldn't really see the path in front of me sometimes. Thankfully, they do have a lot of reflectors up showing you where the trail is so that you don't like wander too far off. But, you know, hearing all the sounds of the forest and hearing things running away from you and tripping over roots and hoping you're ending up back at your car. Well, the walk back definitely seemed a little bit longer than the walk there or again this morning. I will say that. I definitely was a bit of a chicken, but it was totally worth the experience. I already am hoping that I can come back next year and do it again. So, definitely a park worth checking out for the trees alone. And if you can come during the firefly viewing and you don't mind getting eaten alive by bugs, do it. Goodbye, Congaree. It's been awesome. I hope to see you again next year for the same thing. I was really hoping that when I was leaving the park today it would not be raining so that I could drive through and show you the gorgeous trees, but you just get to see raindrops on my windshield again, so I figured there wasn't much point to that. So that's it for our time at Congaree this time, but I am so glad I was able to fit this in. I definitely think it was worth cutting my time short at Little Petey. As much as I absolutely loved that campsite, to be able to experience the synchronous fireflies is something I've really wanted to do for a long time and didn't think I was going to get a chance for at least another year. Possibly longer. So the fact that I was able to unexpectedly get this opportunity, I'm so thankful and grateful for. And I know that this probably wasn't the best vlog to convey the experience to you, but I still wanted to share this memorable and magical time anyways. So, okay, sorry, we just had to make sure we didn't crush a squirrel on the way out. That would have been a terrible way to end this video. As always, I do want to thank you for watching. I hope that you found this video entertaining anyways, even though I wasn't able to show you on film what my eyes saw with all the fireflies. If I ever get a chance to do this again, I definitely will try to prepare accordingly and have the right film equipment by then, hopefully. So, again, as always, I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next adventure. Bye, guys.